If you are unsure of the demonic telepathic veil that I have been giving testimony for, you can say it's a demonic telepathic veil because it's 90% evil. Or you can say it's a technological telepathic veil, which they will tell you that it is technological. If you speak to the fallen angels, that's what they'll tell you. But it's much more complex and has a much more deeper pre-existing reality to this telepathic veil, which is directly to do with the watchers that would watch over humanity and had positive telepathic influence over us, which as a result of their fall, they have abused this telepathic ability on humans. The telepathic interface is what the angels do in terms of their service for our Father, which is looking after the planet, looking after humans, the animals, and looking after heaven. So if you read the book of Enoch, you can grasp the functionality of the angels and what they really do. For example, they have angels that make the sun shine. They have angels to make the moon shine, or they have angels to make the rain and hail. They have angels for growing crops. So similarly, they have angels that protect our body and our mind. But some of them happen to go through their consciousness fall that cause them to abuse their telepathic abilities against humans. If you read the book of Enoch, you will understand the function of the angels and what they do and how they operate on heaven and on earth. That they have very specific jobs on earth, such as maybe as the good watchers to watch over humans and have a significant control over our mind and body to protect us, to guide us, to teach us, to help us understand different things in this very difficult journey that we are in, living among the extreme dark forces. Similarly, there are angels that make the sunshine and make the crops grow or make the rain pour, make clouds. So they have very specific functions that they do. And I think that's where the word angle comes from, that specificity that these angels perform as their jobs. When you open up to the telepathic layer, or if you are opened up to the telepathic layer, as I was and was in full interface with these fallen angels, what they will tell you is that they have full control and power over you and instill a lot of fear into you, making you feel that your whole body and mind is in their hands and they can do whatever they want with you, and they are very powerful demonic forces. And this is the BS that they are going to feed you, and that is enough to make you very afraid just by via their deception. But all of these telepathic abilities and powers come directly from our Father, and these are one of the functions of heaven that is looking after human beings. The fallen angel's narcissism comes from once being an angel and having the glory of heaven surrounded for them, and without having to really work for that level of glory and power, like how Christ did, and simply just gaining it and having everything gave them this total delusion of that I am like this greatest person in the universe, because it's like this is so much power and we can really do something with this. And that's what the fallen angels thought, and they decided to rebel against God, which caused them their massive epic fall. And this fall, which they cannot regain their angelic consciousness back, and they keep falling. So, this completely, extremely powerful fallen angelic consciousness, all it wants from a human being is total and absolute fear. So, they want you to be afraid of them. They love it when you're afraid of them. They love it when they can trick you into deception and make you afraid of just any little thing. So they are obsessed with your fear. It's like fear for them is like love. How humans feel when they receive love, how it energizes and makes our life complete. These fallen angelic consciousness, when they can gain fear from you, for them it's like everything, it's the whole world, and they will do absolutely anything to gain that fear from humans, and that makes them extremely desperate, and they literally plea for fear from humans. When you get to personally know this great fallen angelic consciousness that can will nature, that can will any animal, that can will any human being's body and mind, every and anything is at their disposal, which gives them the massive, epic delusion that they are a part of, which they cannot let go because it's a lot of power, and they love it, and they love using it on humans, and using it against us and weaponizing our own mind and body against us. So they love that power. But once you get to know them personally, as I have on a 24/7 basis, you will realize they are the most worthless thing in the entire existence of humanity and heaven and earth. So their worth is less than a worm, and literally they have no worth at all. The fallen angelic consciousness has really fallen because it has become unrecognizable in terms of what we understand as life, as holy, loving kindness, gentleness, the things that we value as human beings, or what makes a human being, or what makes the heavens, the real angels, what the values that they have, and what makes an angel an angel. So they have really, really departed from all of that. Anything positive to do with heaven and earth, this fallen angelic consciousness has completely, totally departed from that and have become extremely dark and demonic at a level that cannot be fathomed and that cannot be explained, only experienced. The fallen angelic consciousness is a very dark consciousness. Once these angels were angels of heaven with all the knowledge and power of heaven, so they have significant abilities. And when they fell, they really fell from all those layers of intelligence, and they became extremely dark and demonic with a lot of power. So they have this illness of total delusion of power because they actually have power and abilities, but their consciousness is reversed and it's fallen, so they use it for all the negative and bad things, which at the end deprives them from their own divinity and deprives them from their own holiness. But their consciousness is extremely dark and unfathomably dangerous for humans. As I was opened to this consciousness, this completely fallen consciousness, and I started to interact with them because my job is to give witness testimony of the completely fallen consciousness of these fallen angels and what they have become through time, and how dark and disgusting and feral and totally jealous, unkind, irrational, privileged, obsessed with money, obsessed with fornication, sex, disgust, pedophilia, drugs, alcohol, like every and anything unholy that they thrive off, and they absolutely crave for filth. They eat poop, like just how they have fallen at the level that they have fallen. And I was opened up to this level of consciousness. This fallen angelic consciousness are the ones that are the ruling elite of this world, that run the world, that inspire and motivate you to become part of their evolutionary, scientific, space, education based reality, that is teaching you consumerism, that is teaching you the ways of whore of Babylon, child trafficking, drinking blood, all of these things that I have been opened to and giving testimony for. So any disclosure that you see on negativity, any demonic disclosure or adrenochrome based disclosure, military abduction and abuses based disclosure, experimental based disclosure, all of this is actually coming from the fallen angelic consciousness. This whole earth has been enveloped by this ultra secret telepathic layer of the fallen angel. So they have total power over the human body and mind through their telepathic ability, and will the human body and mind of every human citizen on this earth at will. So they basically have your body and mind in the palm of their hands. It's literally that way. And this layer I'm giving testimony for, which makes this whole reality an artificial reality, because none of the decisions that the humans have made is coming from their own heart or mind or their own intelligent ability to will it, but it's coming from let's say, a fallen angelic consciousness or a lower consciousness force.